Good morning, welcome to the Barrel Roll Newscast, November 25th, 2017.
Today on the newscast, we talk Gazillion games.
Belgium Gaming Commission wants to weigh in on the EA microtransactions.
Pokemon Go updates.
And we've got additional casting news for Captain Marvel.
Stay tuned.
Hi.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
We're talking too loud. Hi.
Hello.
There we go.
Hi.
Microphones. There.
Hi.
All right.
Nope.
Settings are
Welcome
okay.
to
Yes,
The news.
welcome
to the Barrel Roll Newscast.
newscast today.
Full house.
Full
So-
house.
Either way, almost. You know, I
Yes.
don't. You know, Graham.
We don't know what to do with him anymore.
Either way, it was funny because I sent out the thing last night, going like, "Hey, who can make it?"
Yeah, I was super confused when your response about that, because you're like all in or something. You sent a GIF or
No,
something.
it's
I'll be there.
I'll be there.
Oh
for
yeah,
you
oh yeah.
For you.
Right.
When
The
the
friends
rain
thing.
starts to
The friends thing, right?
And
Yeah.
then, and then we started gifting.
Yeah.
I did
Well,
two
see,
gifts.
well, and I was trying
I
to.
love gifts.
I was trying to find a Full House one that was like, yay, because full. There's nothing good. Nothing good. It's all the Olsen.
I think you might have to go deeper into the web to
You
find.
do. It's all the Olsen. The Olsen.
At twins.
She's not a twin.
Oh, the other Olsen.
No, God, they're not twins. If you watch John Oliver, he's now confirmed that they are just one person moving back and forth really, really fast.
Oh, like the Flash.
Yeah.
Oh, like the Flash.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, that's if he can't get Trump out of office, he is going to make sure he confirms that the Olsen twins are not twins. They're one person moving back very fast.
Shadow.
Yeah, that's how he finished his season. Was he hit a little button because he keeps hitting a button all season. Once he finds Trump lying, we got him, and then finally they just tore it all down at the end. And then he's like, well, if I can't get him. He's like, I'm going to tell you right now, I invited the Olsen twins to the show tonight, and they declined. Proof enough for me. Hits the thing. We got her, and it's it's both of them next to me. You're just like, oh, John. Either way,
Hello.
We're here to talk about video game and movie news.
Movie and video games news.
Yes.
Singular.
Yes.
Singular. If you are watching, and you don't appear to be yet, but that's okay. Our friend who's been asking about the mugs, they are really expensive. So I'm searching for a different supplier of mug.
They're probably, I wanted, what, like 20-ish?
To order one is $17 plus shipping.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah. If I
Yeah.
order a bunch, we can get them cheaper, but you're the
you-
only one who wants one? So
There's other websites that'll help you do it.
there are, which is that's my thing.
We wouldn't have to order it, they'll do all the processing on their end.
Right, so I'm looking into that now. That's my new focus. Where we got these mugs, it's not gonna happen. So
Sorry.
there's the update on
Sorry.
mugs. Let's get into the actual news.
Let's get into this.
This one was kind of surprising. I played this game.
I think all of us have dabbled in it at one point in time, because it's got a lot of background, isn't it?
Well, hold on.
It's the old Marvel Alliance games.
Both
No, it used to be the old Marvel Alliance.
Have you played this?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the online version of this game.
Yeah. It's an old archetype game of a game.
That was
So-
actually a great game.
The X-Men Legend games were great.
Yeah.
So-
Ultimate Alliance kind of got 50-50.
Right.
These
I
ones
played
were
the
where...
Ultimate Alliance.
Right. So
These ones were
So Marvel Heroes, that's what the name of this is called?
Marvel Heroes,
Marvel Heroes is being taken offline.
now.
Yeah. And Gazillion Games is being shut down.
Now.
Yes. And it's this
They,
game.
they announced that the game was shutting down and it was supposed to be December.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That everything was ending.
Bankruptcy?
No,
just-
it's a Disney thing.
It's
I
a
think.
Disney.
Their
They're
decision.
moving somewhere else.
It seemed to be
there's
a weekly thing where
Well, no, and I mean with them right now, it's I think they have another Avengers game in the works.
They do. They made another one.
So
I think the next one's gonna be mobile.
this one just, and it kind of sucks because again, this
Yes.
was a free to play game.
And which even sucks even more because they had just announced Marvel Heroes Omega on the PS4.
Yes, it was out.
It was out. Like you purchased,
Yourself into the beta or whatever, yeah.
hero bundles or
Yeah.
like crystal bundles or whatever it is. It was free to play, but you can also purchase additional
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, so if you want to play Spider-Man, you can play the game and hopefully unlock Spider-Man.
Or you can just
Which
pay.
is how I did it. Like I
Yeah.
miraculously got
Got
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
and I'm like, well, don't need anything else in this game.
For sure.
But heroes would come out or costumes would come out, and you're like, oh, and that's how they made their money is you could.
And so the weirdest
microtransaction
thing-
your way in.
up?
Pancake, no.
What's up?
She says I have input.
Do you really though, dog?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she says, I eat you. But
And
either
the weird,
way, like,
and weird thing is like with Sony, because everyone's reached out to Sony, like, hey, we purchased these.
I
like,
need my money back, please.
And then Sony,
Yeah.
and from Sony's end, they like we
you
don't.
bought it, you played it, we're done.
Yeah, like we don't. They were literally just the middleman
Yep.
between the player
Yeah.
and Gazillion Games
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the
Well,
server.
because then that, and in Sony's defense, that is their return policy. You buy it, you play it for so many hours,
Especially when it comes
so
to like a
many
bundle
hours.
thing.
and it's
They
that's
even
a bundle.
say on the
It's- yeah.
Yeah, because you're instantly using it, right?
depending on where you live.
Yeah.
And yeah, you've activated this thing, it's done. And
Yeah.
again, the game's been out for 5 months or whatever on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
So people have been playing it for 5 months. It just sucks that they've spent, like one guy's like, I spent $50 on stuff and now
Yeah,
I
like
have...
I just got into this game like last month or whatever.
Yeah,
It's just luck of the draw, unfortunately.
it is, and it sucks. And
And
it was actually a pretty decent game, because it was like Ultimate Alliance,
It was the top-down adventure game.
the
with
three-quarters
heroes.
view thing, and you had your
Isometric view, that's the
specific-
one.
Isometric, yeah. Like, you had those. It was a good game.
It was,
And you met people online.
and the
like,
nice thing
you
about it is
worked
that
with them and-
Marvel had the license to all the characters, so you had Ghost Rider
Oh,
playing with
everybody.
like mutants, playing with like
Ooh.
everyone.
Well,
Yeah.
and when movies were coming out, they'd release extras on
Yeah.
stuff. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so they had an Age of Ultron theme
Not
with
anymore.
Avengers that year.
Not anymore. So yeah, it was a good game, and it's going away. So hopefully we'll get more information on this Square Enix.
No, this new one that's coming out is not Square Enix, but Square Enix's project is still in
In
development.
development.
But they have another one that they've just
Yeah,
announced,
yeah,
basically the same time this, was winding down.
If it's Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, I won't be mad.
I don't think
I
anyone
would
would be
be
mad.
super happy.
Yes, I think that would be the one game to announce. to
Their Ultimate
reverse all of
Alliance remasters did fairly well once they actually released all the DLC and stuff for them.
this. Yeah, because those games were pretty bare.
Well, no, they had a lot, but if you're paying full price for a game and you can't even get the DLC, like it's not like they even made the DLC available.
Yeah.
Doggy.
Okay, stop.
So that sucks for Gazillion Games. Sucks for the developers. They're out of jobs,
Two. I adjusted too far. Oh God.
which is
Tony's fuzzy.
it's a shame on their part.
It is,
Because
and
it's-
like I said, it was a good game.
You always hate to hear developers out of like a job out of nowhere.
Well, it depends.
Especially with like the next day, it's not like, oh, I was only doing temporary work. No, but these are like, it's a full studio.
And again, it depends. If their game was good and they were working hard and doing stuff, then yeah, you're like, oh, that sucks. If you get a game that comes out and
I just pray to God that they don't get poached by EA
like, if for
because it's
instance,
Disney.
the people like No Man's Sky, that studio shut down, you'd be like, should have made a better game. Like,
It's not. Yeah, like they had ample opportunities.
Yeah.
To do something with that license.
whereas again, like, we've been playing a different space game, which again, not as like it's not the exact same where you're landing and going through a planet and every planet is so different and you're scanning everything and like you're not doing all that stuff. But for a spatial exploration game where Brian and I can play together in the same ship,
But the thing is with that game is that there's communication between you and the developers.
well, and that's the other
Yeah,
piece.
developers,
Like,
yeah.
well, but even like we were surprised yesterday. We're playing, hit the button to like even wing commanders. So we were like, just we couldn't go too far from each other. Like, it would be like
notify us, yeah.
wang. But you actually, as soon as you activate it, it opens a comm system between the two of you. You can see each other's ships. Once you're in, like
Yeah.
I hopped onto Brian's ship once he bought a bigger ship, and I could see you.
Yeah.
You weren't
can
just a
see me.
glowing orb.
That's the best.
Yeah.
That's what I think about when multiplayer. Glowing orbs.
Glowing orbs.
Yeah. Which is actually Destiny 2 when you die, you're just a glowing
Yeah,
orb.
you're just a glowing orb.
But for the rest of it, you're an actual
I was gonna
person.
say no,
Oh,
you
yeah.
die, you're an orb, but players, you
You see players.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're not
I
just
can shoot.
orb-
I can shoot.
You're not just orbs shooting at other orbs
Yeah, I
or
can
with
shoot.
other
I
orbs.
can shoot. Either way,
Bummer for them.
Yeah, it
And
sucks. Then
hopefully,
again,
hopefully they go on to.
and it sucks
better
for anybody
things.
else who
Was into it,
was really into that game.
which I
'cause-
hear is a lot.
Well, and
a
that's
lot
the
of
really
people.
bad part is that would be like Heroes of the Storm shutting down and just shutting down.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, you invest
Yeah.
so much money and you're in the middle of playing this game and you're like,
And
yes,
all of a
and-
sudden you can't do anything anymore.
well, yeah, and like you know the next expansion's coming out because you know you've got like all these all these movies coming and you're just like, this is gonna be awesome. Game done.
And the big thing is like with Marvel Heroes is that it didn't really tie into any other Marvel or Disney services, so there's no way to sort of retroactively like, oh, here's like a couple free digital movies, or here's some additional costumes.
Oh yeah, they're not doing that for you.
Yeah.
No, and it's like there's no connective tissue between all their other properties.
No.
Because I figured that's what Blizzard would do is if they did shut Heroes of the Storm down, it's like, oh, here's like 50 free Overwatch crates or something, or
Sure, something
Yeah,
like that.
something like that.
like we noticed, but because their games tie in together so well
Yeah.
between the launcher, like it sucks.
Stop right lighting.
Right. Okay, so
Either way, moving on.
moving on.
Oh, that's the one.
So-
the white balance.
We're gonna update EA's situation with Battlefront 2.
That's
Yes.
ongoing.
I mean, it's always going to be ongoing. Even the state of Hawaii is getting in on it now.
Yeah.
Is weighing in on it. So America is literally they've thrown their hat into the discussions. But the Belgium Gaming
Okay, Hawaii
Commission,
doesn't really count, you know.
Hawaii totally counts. That's
Yes,
where
it
Obama.
does.
That's where Obama came from.
That's true. They count more now than they did before.
So, but the big news this week, is that the Belgium Gaming Commission has officially considered the loot boxes or whatever the boxes are in Battlefront 2 as actual gambling.
Well, it's for all games, so that
For
would
now.
be
Well, for all games, but-
that would be for
but they-
Overwatch.
but
that would be
All
for-
loot boxes.
All loot boxes.
All loot boxes are considered gambling because you're putting money in,
Which
and
is
you are getting back a random chance.
so here's
items.
but here's my big concern is like you don't want again the government in these kinds of things involved in these kinds of things.
Yeah, but if it stops these,
But the thing is, like, there's
then I would.
if used properly, loot boxes can be a benefit to the game. They can always add more to it, like Overwatch, because and even TF2 to some extent.
Well, it was funny because I was watching a video, and it's like it all started with TF2.
It did.
TF2 kind of did start a big chunk. You could also, honestly, I think it's more of like a mobile game thing.
I think the
That
piece
too.
is if Belgium, like, if they win this thing. Shut up.
Because if once one country wins, or
No, but
like,
once they
establishes
win,
it,
it's not a fact of they're going to take loot boxes out. It's you won't be able to pay for them anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
So
you
the
just
game
get them for playing.
game companies will have to come up with a way of giving you loot
Loot
boxes.
boxes.
and
for-
Overwatch has done that
And
very well.
Overwatch-
Yeah.
but you
Overwatch
can
and-
still pay for them. So that piece will have to be taken
Yeah.
out.
Taken out, and the other stuff has to be like accentuated.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Because like some games do have the like complete this quest, you get a box.
Get a box.
Or
Well,
like-
and even Heroes of the Storm. Complete your daily challenges, get your stuff.
Or even just level up. Here's a
Yeah.
Or
here's
yeah,
a- here's a-
yeah.
here's a-
level up.
Injustice 2, same thing. You complete, and I mean, completing daily tasks in that game, as soon as you join a guild, takes 5 seconds. And guilds are easy enough to join where you're not panicking to like do. I joined a guild yesterday because the guild I was in, they only fit 50 people.
Yeah.
So I wasn't that active. My level's not that high, so I got booted to make room for like other
Other
people.
people.
So I joined a new guild. Well, they had already done a bunch of challenges that day, so I got 17 loot boxes just for joining a guild.
So you could just jump in and out of.
Oh no, there's a timer if you quit.
Ah.
Because I quit because I noticed that their emblem was the Superman emblem, and I can't have that. So.
Yeah.
Hey man,
I have standards.
I'd agree with
I don't know. Watch the new Justice League.
Don't
maybe
care.
Okay.
I've always hated Superman, so I have standards.
Apparently she
The
does
table
not
is
agree with
growling.
But yes,
I don't know. Watch the new Justice League.
again, it doesn't matter. Superman, like I can't.
I
I've
know.
never liked Superman that much.
you. His personality was a. Yeah, it's not a. I don't like his personality.
Either way, so the
anyway,
emblem was
either way.
there, but the loot boxes, I don't
So-
mind loot boxes.
No, I don't mind them either, as long as they're not overtly like, "Hey, you need to use these to move
To
forward
pay
in
to
your
win.
game."
Yeah.
Yes, and if they got rid of the microtransaction part of them, I wouldn't be.
Like Metal Gear
I wouldn't
Solid
be
5,
angry.
there's a sense of like loot cratey boxes in it. Not a whole lot, but I finished the game without putting a single dime into that game.
Sure, and you can. But and as long as it's not the pay to win scenario type thing, or you get what you pay for. So
Here's-
I mean, Elite
here's-
Dangerous,
And here's
You
my
pay for paint, you're paying $3 and you're getting your shipping.
So here's the thing
Yeah.
I'd like to see, like, I guess, again, this all boils down to we're not lawyers. But I'd like to see what the clauses are on the Belgium's case. It's like, oh, are you guaranteed X amount of rares or X amount of commons in a box? Because if you can guarantee,
yeah.
like,
I don't
each
think they
loot-
go in that.
But see, that's
You-
how, like,
that's
someone
how-
brought up trading cards
so,
in this discussion.
yeah, because Pokemon, Magic, those are considered loot boxes, a form
Yeah.
of loot boxes, especially if you play Magic Online or PTCG, like Pokemon Trading Card Game Online.
Hearthstone.
Hearthstone,
Yeah.
yeah. So if you can guarantee each pack has one rare, two or three uncommons, and the rest
Yeah.
commons, is that considered gambling?
'Cause-
Because you can guarantee yourself a rare. It's not
Yeah.
great rare.
See, and that's
No.
the other piece. And
But-
at least, like, Magic Online, I know you can, like, sell the cards and that kind of stuff.
Pokemon, you can do that too.
And that's the thing. Like, that's the other piece of it is if I'm getting random junk,
I can always use it for something
You
else.
break it
it
down.
is
or
my
something.
random
Yeah.
junk
Because
that I
Battlefield
can turn
2
into
doesn't,
something.
Battlefront 2 does not have trading.
No, you don't trade.
You can't trade.
If you
And
get duplicates, you usually just end
TF2
up
has
with...
trading.
Yes.
I can't imagine Overwatch will have. I think Overwatch will get trading eventually.
Eventually.
At some point down the road. Not like
No,
No,
now.
Blizzard has never done that. Like,
Have they never done trading?
No.
Not even in
Well,
like,
World of
Warcraft?
Warcraft
like-
has trading.
oh yeah.
Does
Yeah.
Hearthstone have trading?
No trading.
Oh,
It's either
wow.
if you get duplicates, you break the card down into dust, and that dust can be used. You get like very little dust, and you can use that to create another card of your choosing.
Okay, so well, in that case, there is another use for.
Yeah.
And that one's
for
still a little
bulk.
iffy to me. But yeah, someone brought up trading cards because they're like, well, trading cards have been doing this for years. And it's
Right.
like, yeah, but when I buy a pack of Magic, like a booster pack, I know I'm getting a rare.
Yes.
I know I'm getting an uncommon.
Right.
At least one of each, or one of
One rarity.
rare
It's
and
the
two.
rarity thing. That's
Yeah.
the
Like,
big
yeah, I'm
case.
getting one rare, I'm getting two uncommons, and
Which
the
is
rest
weird,
are
'cause
gonna be
in O-
common,
'cause
and
in
I
O-
might get a shiny. Like, I might get a foil
Maybe,
card.
yeah.
So if you look at like the Overwatch loot crates,
Yeah.
when you open them, I've had crates in Overwatch which are all common and all duplicates.
Yeah.
Oh
Which
really?
I've had that before. Like,
Sure.
I've
Why?
had
They
it.
turn it to coin, don't they?
They do.
Yeah,
they
then
do
it
turn
turns
into coins.
But
Oh,
the
okay.
coins, like, to
It's
buy something,
useless.
are stupidly priced.
Yes. And luckily enough, you don't have to pay. You can't pay for
Okay,
coins.
table.
Luckily, you don't have to pay for coins in Overwatch.
No, but
you should you pay for coins in Overwatch? I don't think
No.
you should. I think
No.
no.
But that's my thing. Like, it's getting to that point now where, or
Like,
just
look-
make it so like this costume is $5, or this is that like
Yeah.
Done.
Because yeah, in like Magic or Pokemon, you can trade for the cards that you're missing.
or like one guy said, he's like, well, and when it comes to trading cards in Magic, I buy in singles.
Mhm.
Like I go to the store,
Yeah.
I know what deck I'm building, and I
It's-
go, I want that card, and they go, it's
It's
$20,
cheap.
and he goes, that's fine.
It's cheaper
Yeah.
than buying a
Yeah.
like box or two and not pulling it at all.
Right.
Yep. And just praying that you get the card.
Yeah,
you
it's
want.
way easier for Pokemon. Like any trading card game for that matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's
that's
easier to go
that was
online.
that was the pushback by some people was, well, trading cards do it, and everybody's like,
They
one,
do.
I
It's
don't pay
it's-
$60 to get into the trading card game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can just go to the store, buy enough booster packs, and be okay.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you can go to a draft, like, you know, you go to a draft and they just you open enough decks and or like boosters and pass
Yeah.
them all around and
Yeah.
and you can play the game
Yep.
as opposed to, again, Battlefront 2 being the big example right now where, or it was when it was like, oh, buy enough of these and you'll get yourself a gun that instantly kills half of the people on the battlefield.
Right. Or you. The worst part is when you're playing Battlefront 2 online is you get killed by other people. You can see their star cards.
Yeah.
That guy clearly like dumped tons of money into the
Sure.
game because he's like decked out.
He's
with,
decked out.
He's decked out with all these perks and everything. Or maybe he just got that one lucky box.
Yeah.
You never know.
Or that, and that's the other piece of it. But
So if they can guarantee like X amount of unlocks per box are rare, or it's like one guaranteed that you don't have.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think loot boxes, like Injustice 2 did it right, where yes, my stats do get upgraded with the armor that I put on my guys.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I said, I unlocked 17 for joining a guild. Like I unlocked 17 boxes in a minute.
And the big thing with Injustice too is that if you go online, you can always find lobbies where people can use the visual cosmetics, but it doesn't affect gameplay.
Right. And yeah, you can set the game settings to, yes, I look pretty as Batman because like my emblem's glowing and this is happening.
They did a lot of good work with the costumes in that game.
Yeah.
They're not going to put it to waste.
But all the stats are base stats.
Yes.
Still the same.
Right.
So it just evens everybody out,
So-
which a fighting game should do, honestly.
Yeah.
anyways.
Yes, because then you don't. It should all be about skill.
Yeah, and I mean the
Not
costume
I
pieces
spend more
with the
money.
bonuses are for the multiverse stuff where
Sure.
you're fighting off like waves and waves of bad guys.
And that
in a
makes
row.
sense.
And that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
So like Injustice did a good balance of it. I figure Overwatch will Blizzard will look at look hard at Overwatch and be
Yeah.
like, hey, we need to reevaluate the rates.
Well,
or-
if Belgium starts and Europe as a whole starts taking over, going, hey, you can't release your games in Europe if they have loot boxes,
And then-
or you can't release them if they have microtransactions. Like,
and
however
then
this
because-
falls.
and the state of Hawaii, like I said earlier, like they're putting their hat into this ring of just like this is not right.
Well, and again, the biggest thing is you get kids going, ooh, boxes.
right.
Yeah.
Parents
And a
money.
lot of the times
It's like
the parents
when
have
Jack
to
Black.
put a lot of the times the parents have to put the credit card on the file just because it's like, oh, I need to buy the game for them, so it's clearly the account is on.
Yeah.
Like,
Or
did
the
you
credit
hear
card.
about Jack Black's kid who spent $3,000 on a game?
Yeah.
And Jack Black's like, you cannot do this. like,
this
had to
is not a
explain,
thing, yeah.
pull him aside and be like, this is not something you can do, like, without talking to me. So he had to, like, turn off all of, like, these microtransactions that you can buy and that it has to get authorized by a
Yeah.
parent. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like, it's to
Some
kids. You're getting a bunch of kids into
for
gambling.
us, for
Yeah.
us, we know that that's bad, and we know self-constraint.
But it is still pretty
Yeah.
addictive.
It
It
can be,
is.
especially if people are finding video games as an outlet to not go to gambling.
Oh, yeah, and that's the other piece. Is
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm playing
playing-
Overwatch now. Look at me go. Ooh, random chance boxes. Ooh, and they're only like,
only $5 more. Ooh, or it's like, ooh, I got so much for leveling up. How do I get more?
yeah.
yeah,
I want more.
That reminds me, Heroes of the Storm, because you know how you were saying, like, now the new system is you can't always just buy the
Right.
skin you want. I think there was a news, maybe I'm trying to get it here, but they were trying to change that back where you could just pay.
pay for whatever.
So you don't have to wait and always
failed.
go through your loot boxes and try and get a skin that's not
But like
available.
I said to you, I think we were talking about too the bundles that they put on. It was like, oh yeah, this looks good to me because
Those bundles were
like,
great.
But it took the random chance out of it
Mm-hmm.
because it was like, this is what you're
This is what
getting.
you're gonna get.
Yeah.
You're gonna spend more than you might on loot boxes, but in my mind, that's like you are guaranteed to buy a lottery ticket for $5 that will win you 20. It's like, yes,
Well, yeah, absolutely.
like
Of
I'm
course.
I'm not guaranteed out of the loot boxes to get the skin that I want. They're like, or you can just spend $30 right now and unlock it all, and it's like, boop, and purchased.
And purchase.
Like a
Did
real
not
storefront.
gamble.
Like a
Yeah.
real storefront.
Like an
Yeah.
actual storefront. I prefer that to a point.
Mm-hmm.
And again, Heroes of the Storm, free to play. A
Yeah.
game like Elite
Battle-
Dangerous where we have,
Battlefront too.
I paid $50 already to pay.
for both
For both.
So like the base game and the expansion.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
$50, and then to paint your ship with a Canadian flag
Is like
is another $3
Yeah.
American.
And that's only a one-time use paint? Or?
No.
Or
It's so here's how because we looked it up because we
Yeah.
were like, okay, let's just
because
let's
if it was
figure
one
this
time,
out.
yeah. If it was
Before
one
we...
time,
Before we get into this, let's figure this out. The ship that Brian currently has, if he buys the paint for it, if he buys like 12 of those ships, he can paint them all the same.
Oh, so it's like...
If he switches ships, he has to re-buy that paint
Yeah.
for that new type of ship.
Okay, so...
But am I gonna buy that ship like multiple times? Probably not.
But the nameplate, because you have to put your name on your stupid ship.
Yeah, you have to pay money.
Per...
Nope.
Oh, just in general.
There are
You
like
have to put.
Yeah, you have to pay money.
you
to
don't
put-
have to put your name on. your
Okay.
ship.
You don't have to.
Let's
Pay,
say.
yeah, you don't have.
But
to
if you want your ship to kind of look like your ship and not like everybody else's ship,
Yeah.
but to put your name on, there's like 12 different packages you can buy.
yeah,
So one of them's like the trader package, so it looks like you've got like your ship's name and then a crate to show that you're a shipping company, sort of like
Yeah.
your ship's a shipping company.
Yeah.
That's $150, but it unlocks it in black, white, gray, and then 3 different variants. So essentially, it's like there's 9 different ways you can put your name on your ship, and you're like, okay. Now, if you want it to look a little bit different and you want it to have like a skull and crossbones on it because you're a pirate,
Yeah.
another $150. But you can use those over and over
That's
and
fine.
over and over. So you're sitting there going, wow, I already paid $50.
yeah.
And we got it on sale.
I'm actually
Yeah,
surprised
that's
a lot
on
of that
sale.
stuff doesn't, like, give you a bundle if you buy it.
You think, right?
Right. So you're sitting there going like, I already spent $50 on this game. Why are you charging me extra to put like cosmetic-y type things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be happening. Where Heroes of the Storm, free.
Yeah.
That's cool. Overwatch because
Even
they,
League of Legends and Dota.
sure.
Yeah.
Free.
Overwatch because it's event type stuff. I get the loot crate piece of it. It's like,
Yes.
do event type
Those
things,
skins-
get the loot crates, get the event skins.
Yeah.
And they tried to make sure those event skins are still exclusive because they just released a Game of the Year edition for Overwatch
Yeah.
that has all the skins minus all the event skins. So
the
you can.
event skins.
So if you haven't played Overwatch yet, go get it.
Go do
Yeah.
it.
This is a good time to get it because you get all your skins. But yeah, those event skins are fairly limited. I've got my Witch Mercy. I'm good.
But that's what I mean. Like, for those I understand, but when it's I'm paying full price for a game to unlock weird cosmetic-y things that
Shouldn't? Yeah.
Mixed feelings.
Well, and again, like Planet Coaster has DLC.
Right.
They just released a big update with a bunch of free stuff.
Yeah.
But they also released around Halloween the spooky update, so it actually released a bunch of like spooky pieces to add to your park and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, I get that. That takes time to build all of those assets and release them as a giant package.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. You're telling me to add to your game like
A color palette.
a vector on top of my thing that says the name of like whatever I want it to be
Yeah.
is going to cost money.
Yeah.
Like,
It's weird.
Or simply a color change, like which is
or
And the big
colors.
piece is you can't
You know, it's
you
just-
can't unlock them via crates or trade them with other people either. You can't trade.
You
those
can't
things.
even do it for
No.
in-game currency. It's not like you can even spend 1 million credits and unlock it in game.
No,
It's
it's
locked to $3
real money
real
or
money. Or nothing.
nothing. So
But either way, Belgium.
So Belgium's starting the movement, really.
Yes, and I think I just hope that the government doesn't really mess this up for the rest of the game because yes, if done right, loot crates can be good.
I think if you take the money aspect out, you're okay.
I think it has to be more than just the money. Like keep the money in, but have some sort of regulation. Have it be like, hey, you're gonna guaranteed one thing you don't have, or one rare, or something.
Or they have to talk to the ESRB and make sure if there's
might-
microtransactions, the
there
game
might have
has
to
to
be
be
a-
mature.
yeah.
Or have it like a separate
That's
tag on it.
Stop
Because
Oh,
you know where
yeah.
they.
people though.
Because you know how. Well, sometimes I've been to EB Games where they actually do stop youths from buying M-rated games. I've seen that happen, which kudos to that.
But if
EB
it has to
Games.
start being
On
on
the box.
the box, and it's an M-rated game, and the parent goes, "Why is this M-rated?" Like, you know, when we went to buy games
Yeah.
when I
Yeah.
was younger, like it's rated T for teen. My mom goes like, "Well, what's in it?" And you're looking at it going like this,
Right.
and
Like,
she's
does it
like,
have to
"Well,
be a
what does
separate-
this mean?" And you're like,
Because usually when the ERCB, like they'll put like animated
Oh, yeah.
violence or like
Mature,
sexual
yeah.
content or whatever. Like they actually have a list of stuff
Yeah.
okay,
next
now
to the
to
letter
be
rating.
fair, sexual content should really be described differently.
Right, and
Because someone kisses in a game,
That would be,
and to
could
them
be
that's
considered.
sexual content, and I'm just like, because that's again, I
But that
gotta.
depends on.
right. So do they
I
add
bought,
do they add microtransactions to
I think
that
so.
growing list? I think they really
Yeah.
and put on like on the top.
And I think to stop, and maybe they have to put it on the actual like the game.
Yeah.
Like
Would
have
they
to
label
put
it as
on the-
microtransactions or like? Do you think they'll put like
Put it.
somewhere in
simulates
here has to-
gambling or something?
Gambling.
Like
Sim-
But it doesn't
Yeah,
simulate.
that? Yeah.
Well, it would.
Gambling.
It's not
Well,
simulating.
no,
It's gambling.
It is. Yes.
Like
Like,
this
yeah,
game contains.
I feel like the sooner ESRB jumps on this,
they should.
They
before the governments do,
Yeah.
that'll do better. Because the reason why the ESRB is in the
Is to
first
avoid the
place
government
is to
regulations.
avoid government stuff.
Table, stop barking. Go to sleep.
So hopefully that's sort of like the best case scenario is the ESRB really needs to
Right.
look at it before it really picks up steam.
Because yeah, that's yeah. So, and games like Battlefront, they have gone just purely cosmetic. But I think again,
It's
it can be
It's too late.
addictive. And again, you don't want to get kids into that. And that's what
That
Belgium's
addictive
really
behavior.
concerned about is the
Oh, yeah.
kids going like, oh, oh,
Yeah.
oh, oh. And I mean,
yeah,
if
because they don't do M rating like we do. They do like 18.
Yeah.
They do PEGI
Yeah.
ratings, which is still ESRB. I think.
It's still essentially.
It's essentially still
Yeah.
ESRB.
But the other piece to it is too. If you look at YouTube, I mean, how many unboxing videos are there out there?
Everyone's.
And
Makes
I mean,
people
that's what.
want 'em and-
Well, and that's what the kids pretty much watch now is
Yeah.
YouTube.
CS:GO was the big piece, the big
Yeah.
one who started that.
But you can still trade those things.
You
too on
can
that,
still trade.
Yeah,
those.
you can.
But they started a whole like I'll start unboxing these. Play what is this game? I don't
Well-
play Counter Strike.
Call of Duty World War 2?
Yep.
Oh, that's still kind of that's still
They
messed
have,
up.
well, they have the crates, but you open them in front of people.
Yes.
Yeah, and
There's like a
everyone
weird
sees.
social space that you can watch people like
Open boxes.
The crates fall down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can. I don't know if that server's up yet because I know that they've had a pretty rocky launch.
You
No,
would
it's-
do
is it up
for
now?
people.
Okay, so it is. Okay, so I
So
remember
like
the first,
everyone goes in there. It's called HQ.
and it's like Destiny. Huh?
Yeah, kind of like
farm.
the farm. But you see, if anyone drops a crate, you can see it go.
And they even give you like stats to be like watch other people open crates.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? What?
And it
Can't
looks
I
like-
just do this on YouTube?
Yeah. And it looks like cards. It goes.
You can see everything inside.
Yeah, and you see what everyone.
And you
gets.
can have animation. You can have notes where you can be like, yeah,
Yeah.
or whatever. And I'm like, this is exactly what I think of World War II.
Yeah, that's what
I
I
was
was
just opening crates.
Yeah. Oh wait, we're gonna
They
go
call them,
D-Day. Yeah.
I don't know what's the military word for supply drop. Supply drop.
Supply drop.
Yes.
But even Destiny 2 has you could pay for engrams to unlock.
Like,
Sure.
yeah.
But you don't watch people open them in Destiny 2, right?
No.
No.
that's-
Oh, yeah.
No,
well, there's
I-
a little thing on the bottom left that says someone got
Sure.
this.
But like it's the physical, like
That's
what you
about it.
see.
I was gonna
is
say,
what
but you know what?
see.
Honestly, like, I have no idea what's going on half the time in that game.
I'm not paying attention.
No,
No.
I'm paying
But
attention
you
to
do
getting
get-
shot from behind.
If
But,
if you get a legendary, it will say in the bottom left that
Oh,
someone got a
okay.
legendary.
Oh, that's pretty.
well, and
neat.
Brian and I say that, like, we pick something up and
Ooh,
it's
it's
like,
shiny.
I got a legendary engram. Then you have to go back to the farm to open it. Anyways, but like you're.
You
Yeah.
collect them, do it all at once.
Well, yeah, that's what we do. We finish. We
Yeah.
kind of do our thing.
That
on
sounds
one
like the right
planet.
thing. You're not gonna break your whatever you're doing in the middle of a raid or whatever.
You could. They're raiding. Who do you think we are?
yeah.
Pro Destiny 2
We
players.
PvP'd.
Yeah.
Well, we'll talk about that
We'll
later.
talk about that later.
Either way,
Friday did the Crucible.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind if these got classified as gambling, but it has
And
some.
put
There's
it on
more
the
than
box.
just. There needs to
But
be
I
more
don't-
than just saying gambling. I think.
But I don't think if
Yeah.
you put it on the box, I don't think it's going to stop people from getting it.
No.
It's not.
No.
But it's getting
Especially
people
parents.
talking.
The parents will not.
But the other part too is that EA is having a hard time selling Battlefront 2.
I saw.
Yeah.
I saw Target.
I may have
yes.
convinced my
Yeah.
brother not to get it.
Mm-hmm.
I saw-
a lot of people have been avoiding that.
I
Well,
saw
like I said during the hockey game yesterday, it was like every commercial because I'm listening to it
Yeah.
as I'm like
They're
making
trying to
dinner and
advertise
I'm
the hell
doing
out of
something
it.
else. Yeah, and it's like you get the Star Wars music, which makes you go, and then I look at it, I'm like, oh,
It could be Last Jedi.
It could be, right? Like that's
Yeah.
in my brain. I'm like, ooh, Star Wars, and then I look up and I'm like, oh, EA.
I would love it if there's another like Last Jedi. Anyways, I digress.
Well, it comes out soon enough. So either way, that's that one.
Moving on to other gaming news.
Hey,
The-
Squeaky.
Hello, squeaking.
It's the table again.
Oh,
A squeaky.
she's good.
The Pokemon Go had a Pokemon travel update this week, starting on November 20th of last week. It was basically everyone's goal to catch 3 billion Pokemon by the end of tomorrow.
And I contributed.
We can all contribute. They've been actually giving fairly good updates for this. For the first, I guess, tier at 500 million, everyone unlocked 6-hour lures, double XP, which we got in like a day. The next milestone was 1.5 billion, which unlocked additional spawns for the entire world, as well as double Stardust. But the big piece is if we can get 3 billion by the end of
Today?
tomorrow.
Okay.
Ends on the 26th.
26.
So by the end of tomorrow, we unlock Farfetch'd for the whole world to try and catch,
Yeah.
which is normally exclusive to Japan.
How do we get updated to like what's being caught?
So the Pokemon Go Twitter has been very, very active.
Okay. 'Cause
Oh,
I was gonna
okay.
say there's nowhere in game that I
No,
can
no,
be
no.
like,
There's no live tracker, but the Pokemon Go Twitter every day they updated about twice to say how many have been caught.
Yeah.
And so the last update was last night, which was at 2.5 billion.
Nice.
So
Almost there.
we are on track to get it. People have been doing bar charts on the subreddit of like, this is where the update was, this is where the goal is, this is where we currently are from the last update. If we're on track, we will get it. So, and the other piece is if you live in those Asia regions, normally where Farfetch'd spawns, you will be getting Kangaskhan to make up for the fact that
You're getting a Pokemon you can already get.
Yeah.
So everyone wins if we can get basically 3 billion by the end of.
I caught my one.
Yeah.
I did. I'm doing. I'm doing it. I'm helping.
I'm helping.
It's that gif of Ralph. I'm helping.
helping.
I saw tons of like role players are like posting that. I'm helping. He's sketching a rat. They also released additional specifics for EX raid passes for Mewtwo and apparently Ho-Oh, rumored.
Oh.
Don't know what's going on with that one. But basically, it all boils down to if you've done a lot of stuff at that gym recently. It's no longer going to be you need to have done a raid recently.
Yeah.
You just need to have done lots of raids in general.
Lots of.
Lots of raids.
Lots of raids.
And so
I'm
if
out.
Me too.
and if you, because each gym has a specific level of a badge,
Yeah.
from bronze, silver, and gold. Basically, if you are a gold badge at that gym, you have a higher chance of getting an invite to that gym for a raid. So that's good, basically, because they haven't been talking about anything. I helped it. I caught a few this morning already. But yes, that's good news for everyone. Mewtwo's and possibly
More
Ho-Oh apparently, because in Japan, basically at the end of this Go Travel event, there is going to be some like live stream in Japan, and hopefully Ho-Oh will be there. We don't know.
We know nothing.
The reason why people are thinking it's Ho-Oh is because the trackers that the people use, like the third-party trackers, they've found Ho-Oh in the traffic
Okay.
of the network traffic
Yeah.
Interesting.
at a raid as a raid, but there's no confirmation because it just the EX raid passes just say you've been invited to a raid, but it doesn't tell you what's going to be there.
Right.
So it could be just another Mewtwo, it could be Ho-Oh, we don't know.
Guys, we've made
4 pennies.
We each get one.
Yeah.
What's a penny?
Shut up.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
They still have them in the United States.
What's a?
You know, it's funny
Is this
paying
American
for things
currency
down
or
there.
Canadian currency?
It's probably Canadian.
Why
currency.
so?
Well, so with credit cards, they still require signatures.
Yes,
in
they
Oh,
do.
yeah,
places.
they don't have...
In some places, they actually just straight up just take your credit card.
Yes, they still take your card. Tap is very new to a lot
Yeah.
of them.
They're
Dallas
just
is
they're just getting
slowly-
chips.
yeah,
they're
they're just getting
Well,
chips.
so it's funny because you go to like a place and like the machine has like this giant place for tap. It's
Yeah.
not like ours where it's built into the machine. Like we get
It's
the
very
small
slick
little
now.
machine
It's-
and you just tap. Theirs is like the
Yeah,
machine.
they have that add-on.
And
Which
there's
is-
this big clunky thing on the side that lights up, and they're just they look at it like it's so you
Which is
sit there
weird
and you
because
tap
af-
your card, and then all of a sudden it's like bing, and they're like what, and I'm like
Yeah.
Which is weird because if you
Like-
ever see advertisements for Samsung Pay or Apple Pay, it's huge down there. Yet they don't use
take
it.
They can't use it.
No.
Yeah.
Which I'm really glad for when I went to San Jose that last year because my credit card, the chip on it's kind of dented.
yeah,
And,
oh
the,
my chip.
and the swipe card is also kind of like
Oh, yeah, my swipe
worn
is
out.
dead.
And so I was like, I can't really pay for a whole lot of stuff. And then went to the Google store and I was like, hey, because you guys do the Android Pay.
Beep, 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 beep.
Take all my monies.
And that's what I said because I went in somewhere and we were buying something, and I was like, oh, I'm like, do you guys tap, and they were looking at me like,
No.
and I'm like,
All right.
so I looked at my wife and I'm like, after you.
Yeah. Well, I looked at it. I remember a couple of years ago they didn't even have like insert chip.
No.
Chip, I know.
They're
It was
still
all
having trouble with
swipe
that.
sign. Swipe sign.
Well, and then sometimes depending on how much you spent, well, can I see your ID? And you're like,
No.
what is going on down here?
It's super.
Is it 1999?
I actually had to
Like-
teach my friends about that when we were paying for food. I was
Yeah?
like, because we the way they do tips is you write down
You write down.
Yeah.
you write down the value
And you total.
and you total
and
it.
then you
But
sign.
but they're like, what do you mean? What does this do?
They
And-
take it off your credit
Yes.
card once you leave.
Yes. So I told them like, once you write it down, put your initials there too, because it's
Yeah.
like they can add a couple zeros on that and you wouldn't even know.
Yeah. That's why I always keep that. I never keep receipts until I go down to the States and leave tips, and then I put the same number, like,
Yeah.
Yeah, you
same
do
thing
your,
down
do
on
your
mine
math.
and take it with me. Like, okay, see, like I have written down $4 for a tip. Like, we just stopped going to restaurants that required tipping. It was busy.
I can,
Like, we just hit up the McDonald's. Like, it got to the point where we're just like, we need food. We need food fast.
Yeah.
give us food.
Give us food and coffee.
Yeah.
Because they don't have Tim Hortons.
Right.
Lots of Starbucks in the States.
Yes.
I know, but it's
though.
expensive.
Lots of Starbucks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again,
And they're, like,
although their
becoming
McDonald's
more
does
than
not have the
McDonald's.
same drink deals ours does.
No.
No. they don't.
No, they have wild.
Where's my $1 coffee?
Okay, to be fair, that's only a promotion right now for us.
Okay, it's been a promotion for like the last 8 months. It was on all summer.
That was dollar drink,
Dollar drinks, yeah.
not dollar
Yeah.
coffee.
Oh, well, whenever the dollar coffee started, it started pretty early.
The dollar coffee it started about a week ago for us.
No.
Really?
It was
Yeah.
on before that. They extended it.
I
Because
don't
I was
know.
getting them at some point. I know when school started, I was like, ooh, dollar coffee!
Yeah.
In
My
September.
brother was too, and he was
Maybe.
like, McDonald's coffee has gotten so much better since
Well,
like.
But here's the thing. So it's $1, and I go in going, I'm just going to get myself a coffee. And then those new fangled machines that you order off
Oh,
of, it's
yeah.
like, oh, do you want a McGriddle to go with it? And I'm like,
They suck you
going.
in.
That's
They
how they
do.
get you.
and by the time I've left, I've spent $8 on food at McDonald's. And I'm like,
But if you do the
$1
conversion,
coffee.
really, it's only about 4.
So, either way, yeah,
Pokemon Go. So
Help Tony out. Help Tony get a Far-Fetched, because
We're
I'm
all-
not going to get one. So,
I will get
If
it.
it pops up around here on Saturday,
Yeah.
by
I'll
golly,
get it.
So okay, so the big thing is it's only going to be for 48 hours. It's not going to be like forever unlocked.
I'm not getting a Far-Fetched.
What's that 48 hours?
But the 6-hour lures are huge, actually, because normally they only last 30 minutes.
That is true.
So the legislature was basically lured until
You're
like
moving too fast.
oh,
Stop walking around.
okay. Yeah, the legislature, which is our big hotspot for Pokemon Go, one of them, anyways, was lured until like 3 in the morning. Just because you put a lure up and there was probably no one there.
there.
There's probably no one there, and it was just up.
Last bit of news.
Lots going on.
Yes.
Brie Larson obviously is going to be Captain Marvel in the upcoming Captain Marvel film.
Yay.
Yeah.
Well, Captain Marvel, anyways.
Yeah.
So,
Marvel,
new-
the movie. Either way, the new casting, her co-star,
Counterpart?
Mentor.
The character counterpart.
her male co-star that they've announced is
Jake's
Jude.
favorite actor?
I have a lot of actors I hate. Chris is right. Like I have a lot of actors. I am just like
So
Jude Law
Marvel.
is Captain Marvel.
Not to be confused with
I don't know if
Marvel.
it, is it Captain or is it just
Yeah, I
Marvel?
think he's just Marvel.
I think in this movie they're just going to call him Marvel.
Marvel, yeah,
Marvel.
just to make sure he's not. But he is Mar
Vel.
dash
Vel.
Vel with 2 L's.
Not
Probably
to be.
actually changes their name too.
I can
He's
see
gonna
that.
die.
So either way, yeah, and honestly, like I hope they play this one right because I really want to see her in this movie.
She will be. She
Yeah.
will be the main.
I just want to I hope
From the
whoever's-
concept art and from.
I get
the
that.
press.
I'm just hoping at this point it's not just like
Jude Law.
Jude Law, and then
But-
Brie Larson shows
Well-
up halfway through the film.
Well, you think
and
about what
does
happened with
no.
Guardians Volume 2, like when they announced Sylvester Stallone, like Stallone's in the movie, like, and we're,
5 seconds, and that's
Yeah,
my
and
thing.
and that's
Just a
and
cameo.
I feel like that will be sort of the
I
equivalent.
hope because Marvel in the comics is her, like
He's a-
Captain Marvel's mentor.
He's a big character.
yeah.
He's a big character, but
I hope they just don't overplay that. And again, I'm not
They
a Jude
don't.
Law fan, so
they won't. Like with Sylvester
Jude Law can suck
Stallone or even the Stanley cameos, like they're not going to
need to
overplay
stop.
those.
no,
It's your
no,
people hate.
no. It was a poor choice for Lemony Snicket. I'm not down with him as Dumbledore.
I'm okay with him as Dumbledore.
Yeah.
I don't like Jude Law.
Shia LaBeouf.
Okay, well that's a general
He's
hate.
not Lemony Snicket in the Netflix series.
Thank God.
The Netflix series was that.
I
so
like
good.
that. Yeah,
So-
Although with
Anywho.
what was that one we just? Sorry,
What?
I had a brain.
a series of unfortunate
No,
events.
no.
Shia LaBeouf?
Yeah,
Shia
Shia LaBeouf. We all hate him, but we love
Well,
to hate him.
I don't hate him.
I love hating him. He's so and he
hate
loves hating himself.
I
I was
just
gonna say
Don't
he's
care
in
for
on the
him.
joke now too, but
He loves hating himself too. So that's the big.
I don't-
and to be fair, Shia LaBeouf I really only don't like in Indiana Jones. It's not like I won't go see a movie because Shia LaBeouf is in
I'm
it.
pretty
It's
sure
because
there's
he's
another
not
one
in any
I'm not thinking of.
movies anymore.
There's Disturbia, which is just a bad movie. That's
No,
Yeah.
you're hating on. I think there's one more.
with Shia.
No.
Oh, I
General.
hate a lot of Denzel Washington. I'm not a fan of. I don't know, and I don't know what Denzel has done to me. It's just I see him in movies, and I think he's just really intense when he doesn't have to be, and I'm like,
Yeah.
you make no sense to me.
To be fair,
He's
I've never
always
actually
got-
watched any of his films. so I
Training
can't-
Day, like all, and again,
Remember
people
the Titans?
like people love Training Day. It's a movie that I'm
That's a
just
good
like,
movie.
My Pokemon box is full.
but it's one of those things where I'm just like, because Denzel comes off really intense, and I'm like,
He's
"Man."
always even Remember the Titans.
yeah.
That was a
Great
good movie
movie.
too.
And you know what? That was a pretty good film. I didn't like
Disney
him. in it.
movie. But yeah,
John
he's
Q.
very like
I didn't see him.
angry all the time. Not
See, and
angry,
Russell Crowe, I'm 50-50 with.
I like Russell.
I know.
Except
like,
for Les Miserables.
Okay, but everybody, that A musical to me should have parts where they talk, and then when they're supposed to feel something, sing.
Yeah.
Not just sing.
I'm having a conversation with you.
My name is Nick.
Is that not how you always announce yourself?
Like,
Is that not how normal people do it?
there's a whole bloody song that goes on for 5. My name is Jean Valjean. Jean Valjean. Jean Valjean. If you
That
didn't
movie was
know,
just
his
not
name
very
is Jean
good.
Valjean. Well, the musical's not that. Like I've
musical's
gone
fine.
I've gone to see the musical. It is junk.
I like the music. I'm fine with it.
They sing the whole time. It's
Like Beauty and the Beast is a good.
a musical. Again, when you sing, it is because you are feeling something and must
Exactly.
express yourself.
The rest of it,
Yeah,
you can
totally
just
sing.
like converse.
Correct. When you're talking, you're talking. But all of a sudden, you're like, oh, I'm starting to feel really happy. When I'm happy, a song comes on. Not like, we're going to war. Let's go this way. Everybody into this tunnel.
That's what bards do.
No,
no,
Bards
they
sing
tell a
about,
tale.
Yeah, they tell a whole tale.
Oh, you and I differ greatly on what we think as bards.
Or a bard needs something to happen, so they start singing.
Yeah.
That's my foot.
Your foot squeaks, huh?
Yeah.
Ow.
Because I'm holding
It's a
the
paw.
toy.
It's a paw.
Yeah, I know the paw.
It's not the
It's 'cause I'm holding the
Yeah, no, there's a lot of actors I
I know.
But yeah,
Jude Law is one of them.
choose laws.
do you think you will see his character in an Infinity War thing?
No, 'cause like I said, I expect him to die in this movie.
Yeah.
And to inspire.
He's the
her-
Coulson type character.
Yeah,
For,
but he will
Coulson
actually
did
die.
not die.
I've actually been really interested in the Marvel MCU. Like, I'm surprised the Infinity War trailer hasn't dropped yet.
See, I told you it wasn't going to happen.
I'm very
this week.
surprised.
it's been someone has it.
Someone has it, and yes, if they're gonna drop it at any point out, it'll be in front of Star Wars.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's
Yes.
what
That's
Yes.
what. That's. I know, but I just feels
You
like
should
it's.
listen to me more often.
I just feel like it's way too late
No, it's not.
I feel like it is too. I feel like I should have.
because it's
Only
coming
a
out
few
in
months
April.
away.
It's coming out in April.
I feel like I
There's
should
been
have had
like
it by
a
now.
teaser.
No,
there hasn't been a
no,
teaser.
it's just that leaked footage from Comic
There's
Con.
leaked footage from
Oh.
Comic-Con.
Or D23,
Or D23.
D23.
and which is super fuzzy and
Which-
super
yeah.
yelly.
Yeah. I looked into joining D23.
It's not that much.
It's not that much, and you actually get some cool stuff that they
Yeah.
send you. And then
We should-
and then you get the invitation to the event.
We should
and
look
I'm
into
like,
that next year, because it's every 2 years.
Yeah,
We should look into that because I know Amira would really like that.
I would love to go to that.
I think she would
it's
totally
just a
love
timing
that too.
issue for me. I don't.
Oh,
think
that's
I
right,
can
because
be
school,
there.
right? Yeah, you've got school. So you got that school stuff. Hey, you want to go to
Set up a sub.
Cool.
Oh, right.
Okay, so if I take a
It's going to
personal
get
day,
worse for
Yeah.
me.
Hey, Chris. You
I
wanna-
pay for the sub,
Oh, you pay for the
and
sub?
I also
yeah,
lose my pay for that day.
Are you serious?
I don't do that. That's not how my system works.
No.
I have to work for mine.
I don't think
So-
I pay for them.
If I take there's other, like if I take if I'm sick, that's different. If there's other things, it's different. But if I
might be
take
sick for a week.
but if I take personal days, I pay for the sub and I lose my pay. So it's
Yeah,
like,
I know. I knew about the you paying for the sub part, but
I
I,
also
didn't
lose
really.
I
my
didn't
pay.
know about that. So pretty much your pay gets transferred to someone else.
No,
No,
I'd
no,
be fine with
he's
that.
losing double.
Oh, you're losing double because you
Double.
have to pay the sub.
I pay the sub and lose my. If it was just paid the
Oh.
sub, which I understand.
Yeah.
So yes, they take X amount out of my paycheck
And
to
give it
pay
to
the
the
sub.
sub.
Yeah.
That's cool. But they essentially take money out of my paycheck to pay the sub and then double dip
Oh,
Yep.
wow.
because they're like, well, so we had to do paperwork. That's gonna, it's gonna cost you.
That's awful.
But
So it's
either way,
like-
that's
So either
not
way,
it.
D23. So I looked into because I can actually get it. I have enough Disney reward points on my Disney account to just
You're
get
welcome.
a free year of membership. I'm like,
The membership is free, isn't it though?
to D23.
Yeah.
No, you pay. You get stuff, man. There's like physical rewards to
Yeah.
joining
Yeah.
D23.
We looked into it.
The
this,
fan club.
We actually actively looked into it this, like going to the one this year, but just things didn't pan out.
Yeah.
I think it's because I ended up proposing to her.
Yeah, you have
so
other
that,
things
that,
to worry about.
that changed things.
That
So
does change things.
We just go to the park.
Yeah. That's good too.
The expo, I think, would be like that. Would be that's not.
the big thing
it's-
is like there's so much lineups everywhere,
and it's
That's
not
true,
just
too.
Disney anymore, which is the other piece.
so
There's so much Star Wars
There's so much
slash
Star-
Marvel, where it
Marvel.
just
And, like-
becomes an extra Comic Con now, as opposed to just like.
and if you want to get into like
Disney.
a Star Wars panel, you're lining up like a day and a half before.
Well,
It's
I'm
like,
not going
you're
to Star Wars panels because if I'm going and my wife is going, we're not
going-
going to Star Wars
or Marvel
or Marvel.
Yeah. for us, it would be like, oh yeah, I can see the new Marvel stuff. Wait, day and a half later.
Yeah.
But we didn't see anything here. No. But we saw a sweet 2-minute trailer.
Yeah, if I'm going
We
to
saw a
LA,
sweet
I'm just going
2-minute
to go to a park.
Yeah.
That's why we were tossing and turning. Like we would actually go look at the panels and
See, and that's why I looked at like the D23 membership, because you do get stuff. And I'm like, is the stuff worth? And it's actually pretty cheap. Like it's throughout the year.
It's
like,
fairly
membership.
priced
For a yearly membership. I was like, oh, that's less than I
not bad.
thought it was.
Yeah.
okay. But yes, we should.
Jude Law
as Marvel.
is in the Marvel.
I'm okay with that.
Universe now.
But if they kill him off, then he can't have a chance to be anybody else. So I'm okay with that. Great side of life.
I hope he becomes the new Captain Marvel just to see what happens.
It's a giant. FD
Just to
remake.
smite you.
And then Shia LaBeouf takes over.
I'd be so okay with that. Yes, Shia LaBeouf is another Watcher. As a Watcher,
He's actually a Watu.
I'm okay with that.
That's all you get is a Watu sitting in space, just like
Intensely
clapping.
and standing up.
Someone
Hi,
put your
Tail.
clap in for
There's no like cannibalistic character in MCU. Hey.
Probably a bad guy of some kind.
So
Either way with that.
thanks for joining us today
Yes.
on this Barrel Roll Newscast.
Yeah, stay tuned for us. We will be back soon
Talk
with
about games and movies and
that we've
things.
been playing and doing.
We've been fairly active,
Wow.
sexually, asexually, bisexually.
This took a weird turn.
Yeah, this
Wait,
went
what are we
another
talking
way-
about?
Oh, this went another way really fast.
What are we talking about?
Nothing.
What are we talking about?
Either way, join us in about 5 minutes and we
Take a
reset
break.
everything and break, and I can get some hot cocoa for everybody at the table.
Hot cocoa.
We'll see.
Hot cocoa. That's an
cocoa.
old. That's
Okay,
hot
there, Sean
cocoa.
Connery.
No, it's from an
Hot
old
cocoa.
thing with Fry and Laurie,
Oh,
where
Okay.
Hugh Laurie's sitting in a chair, and he's in a nursing home, so he's dressed up as this old guy, and Stephen Fry walks in. He's like, "What can I get you?" Blah 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 blah, and it's just Hugh Laurie sitting there, and he's like, "I want my hot cocoa," and all he's doing is yelling that the entire. And he's like, "Well, you can't have your hot cocoa till you're more polite to the people around here. You can't be like that. I just want my hot cocoa."
I love you, Laurie.
I know they're
He's great.
Well,
He's
and
great.
the two of them together are just like
Yeah,
it's,
Stephen Fry is awesome.
It's a mastermind of things going on. But either way,
we'll see you guys
join
in a
us
bit.
soon. Check us out at www.barrelrollnews.com while you wait, and you can find all sorts of fun stuff that we do. If you type that into Google, fun things happen.
Still does.
Bye.
Bye.